The words epic and cinematic are thrown around willy-nilly in the world of TV criticism, but when you see Pachinko from Apple TV+, you will agree that this is a series that deserves both of those titles.
다 기억하고 싶어, 동서. 얼굴들도 상상해본 적 한 번도 없어? 다른 선택을 했다면 어떻게 살았을지.
엄마, 왜 그래요?
Hello there, it's Tim from Screen OD. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now, Apple TV Plus, we need to talk about you. They had a great start and they've had some good content over the last couple of years, but in the last few months, they have turned up the volume to 11, beaming some brilliant television into our homes, onto our phones, onto our screens. We've had things like The Last Days of Ptolemy Grey with Samuel L. Jackson. We've had Ben Stiller's Severance. We've had We Crashed with Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway. And now we have this epic, this brilliant, this sprawling story, Pachinko, over 8 glorious parts. Pachinko parlour, funeral parlour, massage parlour, ice cream parlour. Is there anything else that's a parlour? Anyway, I digress. Okay, so what is Pachinko all about? Well, the TV series is based on a book by Korean-American author Min Jin Lee. It's in fact a New York Times bestseller, so it's got some pedigree there. It is a story about one Korean family that spans much of the 20th century, and it crosses borders, it crosses continents, and it crosses timelines. Yep, you're right, it doesn't sound like the easiest thing to adapt for television, and that's why this is such a triumph when you start to watch it. At the heart of this story is that of Sunja, someone who is born in the 1910s and grows up in Japanese occupied Korea. We see her as a child and we see her throughout her life as she ends up moving to Japan and living in Osaka, and we see her as she is an older woman looking back at everything that has happened to her family over nearly 70 years. We also see in the first episode the story of Solomon, who is Sunja's grandson. He has been university educated in America. He has a high-flying job in New York in finance, and we see him return to his father's Pachinko parlor in Japan and also return to his ethnic Korean roots. Now, there is quite a lot going on in Pachinko, and there are quite a few characters of different ages to get to know, but the way that you're moved between them so smoothly and so effortlessly as a viewer, you don't at any time feel that you're losing the thread of the story. And this is a story that in many ways is timeless. This is about people who are immigrants. This is about people who have been oppressed. And this is about a family who want better for the next generation and they want better for themselves. This is about striving to be the best that you can, but also to do the best that you can for those who are around you. This is not just such a compelling story because it's about overcoming oppression and getting through stuff. It's not just about surviving. It's about the will to thrive. It's about the togetherness of family, but also the burden and the weight that comes with the expectations of being part of a family, of having a history and having a future. This is beautiful, it's vivid, and it's emotional, and it's managing to take you on a journey across 70 years, across continents, with languages changing from Korean to Japanese to English, but none of that seems to at any point throw you out of the fact that you are on this journey with the people on the screen. Directed by Kogonada and Justin Chon, this is a masterfully crafted piece of television. We talked about cinematic earlier, and I think that is the right term to describe the way that it takes you on a journey that draws you in visually. It arrests you from those sweeping scenes in the Korean countryside in the 1910s to the bustling streets of New York in the 1980s and the strip lights of the Pachinko parlors as those little pinballs bounce about on screen.
누가 선자 씨에게 평생 살아온 고향을 떠나서 새로 시작하자 한다면 그럴 수 있겠어요?
And people like us, we don't need to walk in our family's shadows.
지가 밤낮으로 일해가 손톱이 다 부러지고 내 아는 부족한 거 하나 없이 키울 겁니다.
conclusion, Pachinko is one of those shows that you really just have to watch to truly understand why it's so brilliant. It's got the compelling story, it's got the humanity, it's got the brilliant filmmaking, it's got great scripts and casting, but all of those things somehow they just combine and they work. And in this piece of television, all of those things come together to create what will be a series that I'm sure you'll be hearing about for a long time to come. And when award season comes round, I'm sure we'll also be knocking on the door. You can watch Pachinko now on Apple TV+. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not hit that like button and consider subscribing to Screen OD for the best coverage of TV and movies. Go check out all our other videos and make your screen time better now. So until next time, see ya.